What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. Today it is time for the Week 26 Premier League predictions, and I want to give a massive shout out to Chris Kelly, who left their predictions on the previous video and absolutely smashed it with 3 correct scores, as well as predicting Everton to beat Liverpool, West Ham to beat Spurs 2-1. I thought that was a fantastic one. Palace to win 2-1 away against Brighton, even though it was very much against the run of play. What a fantastic week of predictions for Chris Kelly. If you want to be featured in the next episode of the Premier League predictions, then please do leave your predictions down in the comments below. And also, I want to give a massive shout out to the guys over at OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you don't know what it is a free app available on iOS and Android, and it's got everything that you could possibly want when it comes to football news, football updates, football live scores, everything you could want to keep up to date with your favorite teams and your favorite leagues. It's all over there on OneFootball with a very clean and easy to use interface, and it's been keeping me informed with all things Arsenal, with everything, like I said, that you could possibly want about football. So massive shout out to them for sponsoring this video and keeping these videos going. Now, if we take a little look back at my week 25 predictions, again, it was another week of two halves. With the first half, there was some decent predictions in there, but I just couldn't get the right tips. And then the second half, I pretty much nailed it with a load of correct tips and mostly all correct results as well. The only tip that let me down in the second half of the week was Manchester City to win at -1 handicap. I predicted they'd win 2-0 and they only won 1-0. So other than that, it was pretty much spot on from the second half of the week. Now, kicking it off in week 26, we do once again have Manchester City against West Ham. West Ham in absolutely electric form, beating Tottenham at home, of course, but I think this is going to be a step too far for the Hammers, who are coming up against the informed team of the world. They're absolutely unstoppable, coming off of a 2-0 win against Mönchengladbach last night in the Champions League. I think Man City will be able to get another win here, another clean sheet here, despite West Ham's good attacking form. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Manchester City, and my tip is going to be Man City win and under 4.5 goals at 1.61. That means this could end 3-1, and my narrative of the game could be pretty much incorrect, but the tip would still come in at 1.61. That's a pretty good ACCA booster, if you ask me. Now, the next game, it is West Brom up against Brighton, and I think I originally had 2-1. No, I originally had 1-1 to a draw, but I figured actually I'm going to change it, because my first thought was a Brighton win. Then I saw Brighton lost to Palace, and I thought, if they just can't get the job done there, maybe West Brom can nab a point at home in this game, as it's a very important fixture for them. But I can't look past Brighton in this fixture. I've changed my prediction. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Brighton, but my tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.95. So I'm hoping it doesn't end in like a 1 or 2-0 Brighton win, because then obviously my tip would have been Brighton win, also at 1.95. So take your pick there, whichever one you think is more likely, Brighton win or West Brom win. You can do that tip at 1.95 each. Now, next up after that, it is Leeds up against Aston Villa. Leeds dispatching of a very out-of-touch Southampton 3-0. And Aston Villa, I mean, they lost to Leicester, which I did predict. I predicted they would lose to Leicester by 1 goal, and Aston Villa do make it a habit of not conceding too many goals, so I can see this game being fairly low scoring. I think Aston Villa's relatively solid defence will be able to slightly nullify Leeds' attacking threat, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw between the two teams, but my tip again is going to be both teams to score, this time at a modest 1.5 in value. Now, the next fixture, it is Newcastle up against Wolves. Newcastle very much in trouble. Are they getting pulled into a relegation scrap by Fulham, climbing to try and get out of the relegation zone? We don't know, but they're definitely in the battle. And Wolves, they came off of a victory against Leeds, which was very, very good for them. So I think Wolves are going to win this one. I'm going to go for a simple 2-0 away win to Wolves, and my tip is going to be Wolves to win at 2.05. Now, next up after that, we have Crystal Palace against Fulham. I had no idea which way to go with this one. I really didn't. I was thinking maybe 1-1. I don't know. Fulham very much this season have been the draw specialists. Palace, I've written a Palace win here, but I might actually change it. I'm not, I don't know. You know what? I think Fulham have more to play for. They need a point. They're going to try and get out of the relegation zone. I'm going to change it from 2-1 to Palace to a 1-1 draw. But my tip is going to be Crystal Palace double chance at 1.57. That value to me is outrageous. 1.57 for Fulham not to get an away win. I think that's pretty good value, so maybe worth a shout. Now, next up after this, it is Leicester up against Arsenal. I have seen some pretty unfortunate performances from Arsenal against Leicester. I've seen Leicester destroy Arsenal before. I've seen Arsenal beat Leicester. You know, we've seen it all. I think currently, based on form, I can't really look past Leicester. Leicester getting a very good victory away against Aston Villa. Arsenal unable to get anything from the Manchester City game. I hope Arsenal get something from this game, and I feel like they possibly could. But Leicester are looking decent. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Do I sit on the fence again? Do I sit on the fence and just... I don't want to do another 1-1 draw. I've got written down... I'm going to stick with what I've got written down with. And if it doesn't come true, then as an Arsenal fan, I'd be happy. I'm going to stick with my 2-1 home win to Leicester. But my tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.7. Again, pretty decent value. I do get why the value is slightly inflated. But I think Arsenal will be able to get a goal. And I don't see Leicester drawing a blank. So there's my logic there. Now, next up, it is Tottenham up against Burnley. And I think Tottenham are going to win this game. They have to win this game. They have to bounce back. I think it's going to be low scoring. A game of few chances, and I think Tottenham will be able to take them. I'm going to go with Harry Kane and Son to score both goals. Obviously not each, but 1 goal each. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 home win to Tottenham, and my tip is going to be Tottenham to win at 1.53. Now, the next fixture, you could argue, game of the week. Chelsea up against Manchester United. Chelsea coming off of a fantastic 1-0 win against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, and Manchester United playing their second leg of their all-but-done Europa League tie against Real Sociedad. So they'll maybe rest some players with an eye on this Chelsea fixture, but I can see this not being a classic. You know, the classic kind of game that has all the hype, all the marketing, all the anticipation, and at the end of the day, no team wants to take that big chance. Chelsea have been very defensively solid, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I'm going to go for a 0-0. Very, very boring, but I'm going to go for a 0-0. My tip, however, is going to be Chelsea double chance and under 3.5 goals at 1.8, so it can be 0-0, 1-1, 2-1 to Chelsea, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 to Chelsea. Just a result more or less in Chelsea's favour, just not getting beat without a ton of goals, which I can see happening between these two teams. Now, next up after that, we have Sheffield United up against Liverpool. Liverpool have to win this game. After losing to Everton, losing 4 games at Anfield in a row, they've got to try and bounce back here against Sheffield United. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win to Liverpool. I think Sheffield United at home, this will be, in their eyes, their best chance ever to really get something from this Liverpool side. And I think that I could see them getting a goal. I think Liverpool defensively haven't been amazing. So I'm going to go for that 2-1 away win to Liverpool. And my tip is going to be Liverpool to win and both teams to score at 3.0. And the final fixture, high-flying Everton against down in the dumps Southampton. I mean, surely Everton are going to get this win. I mean, based on the form of Everton, the form of Southampton, it wouldn't surprise me if this was just a random 2-0 win to Southampton. You know what I mean? Like, the Premier League really is like that. But I'm going to try and go logical and not just what I feel like could happen based on just how hard the Premier League is to predict. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win to Everton, and my tip is going to be Everton double chance and over 1.5 goals. So I could allow for a 1-1 draw with that, and that's at 1.72. So that is going to do it for my Premier League predictions. If you did enjoy this video, please do drop a like. As always, leave your comments, leave your predictions down in the comments below, and massive shout out to OneFootball, of course, for sponsoring this video, keeping the channel going and making it possible. But yes, that is going to do it from me, and I hope to see you in the next video very soon.